Cheers!
Bonjour, je m'appelle Tilly.
And my name is Connie.
And together we are
the Mindful Mates. And you are listening to the Elevated
Table Talks.
So this podcast is all about being eco-friendly, the environment, facts, few figures, but not too much.
Not too much.
And yeah, just raising awareness.
Sharing the knowledge.
What we do already.
Yeah, we just want to preface this by saying 1, Connie's really hot. 2, we just had an argument. 3, Connie's scared of the Slender Man at the door.
I thought you was gonna say like, oh, by the way, you know, any facts that we say doesn't blah blah blah.
I was getting to
the
that.
usual thing that you say. Instead, you start telling people that I'm fucking boiling. I've swore already. 5 seconds in, and Connie Davis is swearing. That was more.
And also the window's open because Connie's hot. So if you sound like we're at the seaside, because we are.
I'm just too hot today, guys. I can't explain why. I'm trying to regulate my body temp with some cup of tea.
Good old fashioned tea.
Yeah, but you know.
Anyway, I think this is going to be a long one, so let's get right in. Let's start with last week's question.
Yeah.
Which was, what did you do during lockdown?
And what skills
did you learn?
Yeah.
And the answer was, I've learned over lockdown that family is the most important thing to me, and to be present and make time to listen when I'm around people I care about. Oh. I think we can all take something from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Families, like, people didn't see their family for ages.
Yeah, and people that were stuck with their family.
That was also difficult.
Yeah, and I guess you had to be present and listen. Like, we just didn't listen to each other then, and we weren't present with each other, and we ended up actual fist fight. Do you know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. And also, do you want to give the mention of that we're not environmental experts?
Yeah. So, yeah, we are no environmental experts, and anything we say in this podcast...
Maybe giving an evidence.
I mean, the facts that we do give is based on like books,
Google
research. Yeah, Google.
So take everything with a pinch of salt.
Yes.
Mainly, it's going to be about tips and tricks on how to help the environmentals.
Yeah. Don't take it too seriously.
But do at the same time, because we need to save Mother Earth,
the planet.
Because you know, there's a lot of shit going in with the planet, and we need to take care of Mother Earth, because without Mother Earth there is no us. Do you know what I mean?
There's no room for us.
So there's a quote. Do you want to hear the quote?
Go on.
You cannot do all the good in the world. You back that up. That was wrong. You cannot do all the good the world needs, but the world needs all the good you can do.
It would help if I actually got the document up.
But guys, that quote is just basically saying, when we tell you these tips and tricks, don't go all into them wholeheartedly, like doing them all. Just, the world needs all the good you can do. Because every little helps, as Tesco says.
Even 2 minutes.
Even 2 minutes can make a difference. Just one little change in your life. And I also want to talk about the fact that not everyone is ready to change, and you can't force it.
No.
Do you have any experiences on this?
What, like my personal experience of it?
No, like
other people.
So personally, I'll tell you my story first. So someone I live with, they don't really care. So they don't care about the environment. So I in the past, I found myself getting really angry and being like, why can't you just switch this out or stop using that? But if they're not ready to do it, then I can't force them. And
if anything, it might scare them even more.
Yeah.
So if anything, don't force it.
So if you force them, and they're going to be like, wow, you're making me want to do this less. So just come at it with compassion. Just come at it with love, really, and just respect that people aren't ready. So do you have any experiences with that?
Yes.
Same
So,
situation.
When I was living at my mum's,
Yeah.
it's like you can only say so much, and you'll get a slap if you push it anymore. But like, I mean, my mom, like, she respects like listening to anything that I've got to say, or you know, in terms of, for example, like, if there's something on the side ready to be taken out for recycling, and I'll say that's not recyclable. Like, if anything, it's contaminating the recycling, so it'll make it worse. So you just need to put it in the bin.
Yeah.
And just be mindful of buying it again. And then, and she'll listen, that's fine. Or she'd be like quite interested in the fact that, oh, that's not recyclable because it's plastic. Like, thinking all plastics are recyclable when they're not. So even just that mention, you don't have to push it. Just the mention, and then it clogs in your head for like, when you're on your shopping visit next, and you think, oh, I'm not going to buy that. It could be for a number of reasons. My reason would be because of waste, obviously, but her reason could be, well, there's 5 of them in the house, or however many there is, and they've only got one green bin. Do you know what I mean? So they've never got any space in the green bin, so why would they keep buying rubbish that has to go in there? So if that's your reason, that's fine, because it still works for me.
And say when I came at it with an angry point of view, I just wound myself up. That other person wasn't affected. They were just like, yeah, why are you getting angry? It's not that deep. And I was like, just stop buying that. And it never works.
Your biggest thing was the washing up liquid. Buying washing up liquids, wasn't it? I remember you saying.
No, the washing up sponges.
Oh, the sponges, okay.
And it's still a thing. But I do all the washing up now. So whatever, I think that's a way to come around it. If you're going on at that person, just do it so if it's about cleaning, you just take over that job completely, and then they won't have to buy the waste things they prefer, and you can just use the things you prefer. So then you're not buying that waste, and it's eco-friendly.
Yeah.
And, start in one place in your life. Like, so we're going to spill some facts. We're going to spit some facts. We're going to spit some facts from, like, how changing your home, how to change your beauty, how to change your toilet clothing,
makeup,
all that jazz. But it's going to be quite overwhelming. But if you just start in one place, I feel like, because personally I started in one place. Where did I start? Toothbrushes. That was my first thing. I was like, toothbrushes, and then I was like, oh. And then I went on to because I used to put like toner on my face. So then I changed to reusable pads up for my face. And then I was just, and then, sort of was off and on. But when I moved house, that's when I was like, because when we had to get things for the house, I was like, it becomes
your responsibility, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, I can sort of start now because I'm in control of whatever comes into the house. So now I can be in control. What was your first swap?
I have no idea. But
what do you remember as your first?
I don't know, but the toothbrush was one of them, because that was that was really far back. That was like years ago.
I think that was the hype at the time, like reusable bamboo. It was
like a massive
Save the Turtles, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a massive, like, what's it called?
Hype
advertisement.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I used to see all these different colours, like different coloured toothbrushes. And when I was in India, everyone seemed to have bamboo toothbrushes, and I was like, what? Why haven't I got one? It was just really highlighted. So as soon as I got back, I was like, right, I'm going to get one. And but only when my current toothbrush...
and do you think that was because of the hype? Because you're like, oh, that's like aesthetically, or was it because...
Oh, yeah, not because of the way it looked, literally because...
Was it the environmental reason?
Yeah, because I didn't get a bamboo toothbrush until my plastic toothbrush was done with, because even buying another product is still another product that you wouldn't need if you had it. So that it goes for anything. Like if you've got, I don't know, if you've got clothing, for example, and you've got enough to wear,
Like, and you don't need any more clothes. You're not going to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe of like hemp clothing, for example, because you don't need it. So that's still more. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's a problem with like the eco-friendly, sustainable people. You know, society, culture, whatever the fuck word it is. They influence you to buy new things for like the aesthetic. So they're like, buy these sustainable clothes because, but you already have this. You have a pair of leggings already that are fine.
Exactly.
That you've already bought.
Like if your leggings have got a hole in and you've sewn the hole.
Yeah, and it's
still knackered, for example, and you desperately need new leggings for whatever.
Then go with a sustainable choice or second hand because that's always best. But like for me, a bra. I don't really own many bras. And then I was like, you know what? I think I need a bra. I need a bra that, you know. And I was like, well, instead of just going to Primark and spending £10 on a bra that, you know, isn't will fall apart and isn't comfortable, I went and bought a sustainable option. And then I was like, before I would have just bought this just because it was sustainable, even though I had like plenty of other bras. But I think we need to be mindful as well.
It's like mindful of before being do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to use what you've got. That is like, people go out and if they're like let's get all new cutlery that's like so for example reusable knives and forks for when you go into takeaway. People go out and buy bamboo knives and forks,
but then if you've already got them,
everybody's got not everybody, but
majority. I've got a funny story. Well, it's not really that funny.
Of people have that. What's your story? Go on.
So at home, we've got quite a few spoons, right? They've got like the plastic handle, obviously the metal and the plastic handle, but and then it's just a spoon. But anyway, the spoon bit keeps coming out of the handle. So it keeps falling
just got
out.
The circle bit.
Yeah, and I keep pulling it back in, and I keep when I'm washing it, put it on the side, and it's fell apart again. And I keep pulling it back, and I'm thinking, I'm stressed because how do you dispose of that?
Yeah, glue it.
So then,
why don't you glue it?
I don't want to buy glue, so I need to get some glue.
I've got some glue. I've got a hot glue gun.
Yeah, I could use that because I just think I don't want to chuck it away because it's a perfectly good spoon. It just keeps on coming out. The thing.
Yeah, so just reuse what you got. But if you want to buy from a sustainable company or second hand.
Yeah. But don't get second hand toothbrushes. Please.
That's nasty. But once you've used a toothbrush, you can use it again for cleaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you're cleaning all the nitty gritty bits, you know, in your house. Always keep your toothbrushes.
Do you find with the bamboo toothbrush, the only thing that gets me is my first one, the end of it goes black because of so I always try and dry it so it doesn't go mouldy or anything like that.
Do you put it in a tub thing, in a cup?
Well, this was back then. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah. So all the water was at the bottom.
No, I don't do that. I just put it in the cupboard. I don't have it I don't see the point.
Yeah.
In buying a cup just for that reason. So, shall we start talking about? So, I've got this book. I got it from TK Maxx. It was 50p. So, and I had a voucher, and I was like, I had an extra 50p, and I was like, oh, it's like it was meant to be. It's called No More Plastic by Martin Dorey, and it is fan-bloody-tastic. 100% recommend checking it out. Try and get it secondhand. If you're gonna get it secondhand. And then there was this page on there. What page is it? 34 to 35. It's not that page. It's absolutely not that page.
What was you saying about false information?
Oh my gosh. Where has that page gone?
What's it about?
Oh, I'm not good at remembering things. What?
What is it about? Because I read the start.
So basically, it's about why plastic alternatives. So, you know, like you get your bamboo cups, your biodegradable, your compostable things, why they aren't. It was that page.
You got it.
I'm an absolute can't read. So I'm gonna read to you what the definitions of these are. So there's degradable, oxo-degradable, and photodegradable plastics are still plastics. They just break down into smaller pieces. So, yeah. Biodegradable means something can be broken down into organic materials without causing harm or leaving toxins behind in a reasonable timescale. Some biodegradable products can only be degraded under controlled conditions in a commercial composter. And we see things that say biodegradable and you think, oh, yeah, I can get that, that's amazing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it can be biodegradable.
Yeah.
Compostable. Compostable products break down into nutrients that enhance the soil, although they may have to be disposed of in a commercial composter rather than at home. So then compostable products also means sometimes you can't. You have to take it to a commercial one. Home compostable is exactly that. You can do it at home. You can put it in your own compost. And bioplastic made from naturally occurring substances could be the future. If edible or beneficial to the environment, they could be the breakthrough we need, as long as they don't cause problems if they degrade in the environment. So what it's basically saying is, we see all these labels and stuff on the back and we think, oh, it's biodegradable, that's good. But is it good?
Yeah, it might not be good.
No, you might actually not be able to get rid of it.
When I was in Wales, you know, I was on that 2-week thing, volunteer.
Yeah.
That sort of time, I remember there was on the news about, I'm pretty sure they were talking about the bamboo cups at the time, saying that it was, unless it was plastic bags, literally, that's how far apart it was, I can't remember. But they were saying how it was compostable, but like it wasn't home compostable, it was only commercially compostable. So it makes no sense for us to buy it because we're not
able to dispose of it.
We can't do it in our back garden.
Yeah.
Was it? Do you remember? Was it bamboo cups? Was
I
it
told
bags?
you because I think bamboo cups, they're probably not very good. I can't remember reading something, but there's this YouTuber, can't pronounce the name. Yeah. Gittermary. I'm gonna link her below. She does this series where basically she looks at the effects that these materials have on the environment. So for example, bamboo, paper, streaming the internet, streaming Netflix, and she has this series about it, and I only watched a bit of it, but it was basically saying bamboo is good, but it's not like good.
Like it's an alternative, but if you can do without.
Yeah, because the way they make it and the people that have to work for them, it's like really hard, long hours, and they're cutting down trees. No, I don't think that's right.
Bamboo trees.
Watch the video, guys. But yeah, the bamboo cups aren't as good as you think they are. So
I was thinking on the bamboo cups. So you know how you've got all the different patterns and colours, like the colouring that's put on there, is that?
I know.
And you know it seems like it's got a shine on it.
Yeah, I think
it's made of bamboo, but there's other things on it
that won't decompose.
And the rubber band. Yeah. They say like it's silicone. It's recyclable, but it's not biodegradable.
Yeah. So,
but then when you put things in a recycling bin, it's not guaranteed that's going to, because it gets sent to another country. Yeah, that's what it says on there. It gets sent to another country and then they could decline it. Yeah, and then it gets put on landfill.
Yeah, so when we think we're recycling and we're doing good for recycling, it's actually probably not even ended up being recycled.
So if you can avoid buying plastics and having to put them in your recycling bin, avoid it, because just because you're filling your recycling bin up doesn't mean you're doing good. No,
just avoid the plastics altogether
and if you can.
Just reuse the stuff that you have. And like coffee cups, like, you know, take your own cup. Do you know what I mean? Just, you got a mug at home, take it. Or buy the glass ones, because there. But then again, I don't know the effect the glass has on the environment. She's got a video on glass
definitely
too.
recyclable, isn't it? Glass, if it's like clear, without not
Yeah.
tinted or anything like that.
But even when you're buying like reusables, do your research first. The thing that is the most for me is reusable water bottles. People buy plastic reusable water bottles.
Yeah.
And you know it's good because you've got a reusable water bottle, but it's plastic and it won't last very long, and it's gonna break.
It's not gonna go away.
Yeah. So you might have it for like a year or so, but think about buying things that are like meant for the long run.
Yeah.
Like it might be a bit more pricey, but
and when you don't need it, it will go back into the earth.
you know, it's like pricey. You know what it reminds?
What?
Pricey. You know, Katie Price. My name's Pricey. So just probably avoid using it altogether. How can you avoid using plastic?
So
You can start with your grocery store shops.
yeah, I was just gonna say, you got me into buying the loose veg because I felt like, I don't know, you have to be. Every time I go shopping, every time my mum's ever gone, can people see me messing with my feet? No, because I'm really messing with them. Every time I used to go shopping with my mum, like we'd buy like the full house shop, and it'd always be cheapest option. Like if you're going to buy veg, it's all the same. Buy the cheapest option, and that's why I've been programmed, like conditioned to buy
The cheapest. And the cheapest is not all the time, guys, but sometimes in plastic.
Yeah, like I'd buy the pack of 6 tomatoes in single-use plastic.
And you know what's really funny? Most of the time, you wouldn't use all of those.
No.
Like you'd buy the pack of 8 peppers, and you don't end up using them all. No. So start with your vegetables, but either buy them at a vegetable, like you know oh my gosh. Buy them at like a greengrocer's or a farm shop, and buy as you go, so you know you're not wasting any.
Yeah.
Because food waste is such a big problem. It's like ridiculous. There's also videos. I think her name is. Bear with me, cock. On YouTube, she's called Sustainably Vegan, and she talks about how to cut down on your food waste. And there's some, so like what you do is you buy as you go. You put your greens in water in the fridge, and you know like
any greens,
like your coriander, basils, your like
herbs.
kale and stuff. You can put those in the fridge. Your spinach, and you know the stems on the coriander. I never used to use those, but actually the stems on the coriander are the tastiest bit. Like that's where all the flavour is. So usually I'd used to pick off the stems, but it's actually the stems that have got all the flavour.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can literally use every part.
You can use every part, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And then with your spring onions, you know the little thingy bits at the bottom. If you put those in the water, like in a jar in some water, it grows back, and you've got a forever
supply.
So it never runs out because you just chop it off and put it in again, and you've got a never-ending supply.
My nan loves spring onions. I'm gonna tell her about
that. And then you can do it with the onions. You can regrow your onions from cutting it off. Most vegetables you can regrow. Vegetables. And I think that's another point as well. Grow your own vegetables.
Yeah.
Like it's so fun growing your own vegetables, and you're like there's less farming used when you grow your own. You're doing it all yourself. There's just so many benefits to growing your own veg, guys.
I think if everyone, including myself, because I don't currently, but if everyone like grew their own vegetables in the back garden, like make use of the space instead of like you know having it all paved, like we all have it decking and we all have it pretty. If everyone just had that as an allotment,
we'd have an endless of food. Yeah,
and we wouldn't need to carry things in plastics or vans to transport and all the emissions.
Because
and everything.
You've got to think. When you sit down and eat your meat, I heard this on a podcast today. When you sit down and eat your food, think about all of the places that has come from. So think about the people that have delivered it from somewhere, people that packaged it, people that grew it, people that, you know,
price tagged it.
Just think about everyone where this has gone from and the journey it's been on when you could have it on your own garden.
Yeah. Organic
without all the pesticides.
We have no idea what pesticides they put down them hills.
Scary. And I think it should be taught in school how to grow your own food. Because I'm self-taught. My auntie taught me too. I'm friends from work. But, like, imagine that knowledge you could... And people in apartments, what they do is they grow inside, so they grow vertically.
Really?
So I think it's in New York or in London, and there's, like, a community of people who grow indoors vertically. So they've got food, and then they, like, freeze it for, like, the winter. And they grow it indoors. So there's, like, no excuses. People have just got to, like, learn.
Yeah.
Start with, like, a herb garden on your...
We should have done... I mean, I wish we could have done the podcast at the start of lockdown, because then everyone would be proud.
I know. Like, start with a little herb garden on your kitchen or a tomato plant.
Yeah.
And it's just... It's so fun. And then another way is bulk stores, like if you've got a zero waste store by you. Guys, if anyone knows where we're from, hit me up, because I know a couple of zero waste stores I can tell you about. You know what I mean? And buy in bulk. Yeah. Because even if you can't live without your pasta or you can't find it package free, buy it in a huge bag.
See, the trouble that I find is the freezer. There's not much room. Do you know what I mean?
In like your pastas and your rices.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant vegetables.
No.
I can't fit anything in that freezer.
Buy it in like a huge bag. Yeah. Or like your legumes, in like a huge bag. And so I never knew how easy it was to make wraps, like food wraps.
Oh, like you make them?
Yeah. Like, all you need is, don't quote me on this, flour, water, oil. And that's all you need to make a food wrap. Like a wrap. Like a fucking wrap. Like
I was thrown. I was
tortilla
like,
wrap.
What you want about? I thought you meant like, you get them beeswax wraps. I was thinking...
I mean a tortilla wrap.
I was so lost. No. Did you see it in me? I was like, what?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because it's basically a chapati.
Yeah, and I didn't know, and it's so easy. We should like...
I should make you a chapati.
Yeah.
I learned that in Kenya.
My friend learnt me from work.
Because you buy the fajita wraps in plastic packets, don't you? So prevent that.
Yeah. So like buy bulk. That's a way to reduce or cut out your plastics by buying from a zero waste shop. So, shall we go? We're already into the section of food. Shall we dive a little more deeper into food? So, a way to avoid waste and help the environment is make a meal plan, so no food goes to waste.
Also, I don't think a lot of people know it, but if you buy, like, if you're a meat eater and you're buying your steaks and your chicken, and all the plastic cover that's on them, and your steak plastic, and you peel that off. I've noticed when I was living at home, everyone used to put it straight into recycling once not even swilled out, so it's not even recyclable anyway. Oh, but then they didn't even swill it. So like if you half of the packets don't even tell you that it's not recyclable. No. So sometimes if it's like a clear plastic, it's recyclable, but definitely not the peel off plastic is not recyclable, and it'll just contaminate your current recycling, and then there's no point in recycling anything that's in that bin. And also anything that you do recyclable that is recyclable that goes into your bin.
How many times can you connect recyclable in one sentence?
If you don't swill it out and wash it out, it's contaminated.
And
again.
All of it then is...
So all of it, So there's literally no point. You might as well just chuck it in the bin if you're not swilling it out. That's all. That's my rant.
Try going to a butcher's, because we don't eat meat, but I'm sure they do like...
And bring your own packs to pack them in.
Yeah.
Rather than cling filming or whatever.
And I guess butcher meat would be better than...
More local?
I don't know. Let's get off that topic.
I'm not sure.
Also, this is a fun little fact. So you know, in stores where you've got bunches of bananas, always pick up the loose bananas. You know, the ones that are on their own where people have just pulled them off.
But yeah,
because they just go in the bin.
Yeah, because no one buys them because they think, well, it's not a punnet.
So guys, when you're banana shopping, always pick up the little
unless they're manky.
Yeah, unless they're no, but then you can make banana bread.
Yeah, you could.
Or ice cream.
Very quickly.
Yeah. Or ice cream, freeze them and make ice cream.
Yeah.
So yeah, pick up your.
And I find that anything that's in the reduced pile. So if any of that stuff, you know, you wouldn't usually buy it because it's not in recyclable packaging or whatever. But if it's reduced, it's going to go in the bin anyway. So if you're already buying that product and right next to it is a reduced one, I would just buy a reduced one because at the end of the day, they're going to be chucked in the bin, which is even worse than buying fresh. So,
and I didn't know this.
Go on.
Well, I think I just didn't look, but I didn't know that crisps and sweets packets can't be recycled at all.
And it says cannot be recycled at this time, or it's in black or whatever.
Yeah, cannot be recycled at this time. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what I've started to do now.
And Leo the Lions.
I know, I stopped.
Yeah.
Make my own crisps.
Yeah.
I've started to make my own crisps.
I just have bad stories of that.
And also, there's this vegan sweet company which you can buy in bulk with eco material. So it comes in
that
glass.
link, didn't you?
And that's called Sweet Yourself Vegan. Or there's another one that's local to the West Midlands. I think it was called Cotton Candy.
Cotton Candy, that was it.
Yeah, and they post it through your letterbox.
Yeah.
How fucking cool is that? So, but I just can't believe that it just can't be. Why?
Like why?
Just,
Even if they put it in like
a little cardboard box.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's all the colours and stuff as well half the time.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Let's go on to domestic, like cleaning products.
Yeah. So, in Aldi, they currently sell. They've started to sell, like
an eco brand.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Like all the shower washes and stuff, which I thought was like, oh my god, yes, that's amazing. And then I thought it's plastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know the squirty. That can't be recycled.
No. And also, a lot of companies do this. I don't know much about... Like, there's a YouTuber called Shelbizzle. And she goes more into about greenwashing. So, like, companies greenwash products and make you think, oh, they're really sustainable, when really they're not. They just, like, put it on the cover and... Just to like, because sustainability is now like a trend. They've done it just to like hop on board with the trend when really it's
crazy,
not.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But it did pull the wool over my eyes.
So yeah, you just have to be careful with greenwashing.
But I'm not gonna chuck the bottle away because I bought the shower one.
I've got the washing up liquid. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the place that we know of
and fill it up. Yeah,
because it's quite a handy bottle to be fair.
Yeah. I know. My friend, shout out Miss Vicky Vuitton. That's a drag name. So I ran out of shampoo and she was like, oh, I've got some shampoo for you. She buys. That was really Dudley. She buys it in bulk. And then she was like, what should I put it in? And I was like, I don't know, have you got like a container? And I don't know if you know, but you know the Sweet Freedom bottles where the chocolate sauce comes in? She put it in that. And it's like the perfect squeezy bottle. And I was like, this is amazing. So then I was using that like shampoo and like scrunching it in. So always keep your bottles because sometimes they can be like the perfect bottle. I was amazed, honestly. DIY cleaning products.
So Homebase is really good with I don't know what the brand's called. I think it's Ecover.
That was completely two different conversations we just had.
I'm going back onto plastics.
Okay, right. So there are
I'm just thinking accessible because some people like we've only. Like, I've only just become aware of the fact that we've got a refill station. Like, a lot of people haven't got refill stations, have they?
But you can also... So, you know, your multi-purpose cleaner, that is so simple to make. So, basically...
Yeah, that.
Vinegar, white vinegar, essential oils, baking powder. There's so many recipes online of your own cleaner, and it's not full of any chemicals and shit. And because these
But
products,
like, if you ain't got a refill station for your vinegar, then you're buying plastic bottles with vinegar.
True.
It's
Very
hard. Well, basically whatever's in your cupboard.
Yeah.
That's usually in your cupboard.
But you can buy it in bulk, like from a shop.
Yeah.
The thingy, which is better. But what are some sustainable?
I did make a list, but Ecover is definitely one of my favourites because they smell really good.
Ecover. What is
Ecover? Ecover. I think you know about it. So it's like they've got toilet cleaner, they've got they've got everything, and in home base they've got the full collection. But I think it's a different brand because I was looking for like an eco-friendly laminate cleaner, and it was like a clear bottle. Like there wasn't really much like colour advertisement on it. I don't know what the name was, but I just thought that's a great alternative.
Yeah. So guys, look up some alternatives. There's for sustainable washing, like your clothes washing.
Yeah.
We've both made
go on mutual terms on this one.
We've made a transition. So there's this thing called smol.
Smol. Yeah.
SMOL.
Yeah.
And they're
Do you know why it's called that there?
Small, because it's like basically it comes. It's like
because it's in the child lock thing, isn't it?
No.
It is. No, but it's posted through your letterbox.
Yeah, because it's like small, big difference, small box.
But why small?
Because you don't want to call it
small.
Small, so small. Dunno.
I guess I remember it.
So it's small, but it
Mm.
it comes in a cardboard box, and they cut out the middleman. So like the supermarkets, and they bring it straight to your door, and it can fit through your letterbox. So then, that's
you don't need like a big van to deliver it.
No, and then it's got better ingredients and all that jazz. Should have done more research, but it does
makes them smell nice.
It smells so
like,
good.
do you use one
and
or two? I'll just use
clean.
one capsule.
Yeah,
thing,
just the one.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that, like Tom, he refuses to use anything other than.
And this is non-bio version, by the way.
Yeah,
usually non-bio, normal cleaning products, they don't get stains out, do they?
And Tom loves it. He doesn't mind using it.
Yeah.
Because we had the ecoegg, but I didn't feel like on like things that haven't got stains in the ecoegg, it does work.
Yeah.
But this small is much more effective. And guys, you don't have to be in when it's delivered. It just comes straight from the letterbox. I just love that.
And you can subscribe to how many washes on average that you do. Yeah. I forgot what I put in, but it's like they tell you how many sort of weeks.
So you don't have to keep remembering to order because it comes on a subscription basis.
And if it's coming more often, then you just back down.
Yeah, you're like, guys, I'm not even washing.
But you're always going to wash. It's never a waste.
No,
you're never like going to get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then also, guys, so clothes release fibres every time you wash, especially like man-made materials like that polystyrene thing, whatever the fuck it's called. And these are too small to be picked up by filters. So just wash your clothes less often.
Because it all goes into your sewage waste and ends up in the ocean and kills
kills the fish. So just wash your clothes less like trousers, guys. You don't need to wash your trousers every fucking time.
Or your
you wear
bras.
them.
I mean, I don't wash
Come
my
on,
bras.
and your pants. No, I'm just joking.
Turn them inside out.
Inside out, back to front. So wash them on a lower wash or a lower temperature. Or you can get filter bags. So you put your clothes in a bag and it catches out the filters.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. So let's move on to the kitchen section. So obviously there's a lot of waste going on in the kitchen. So a lot of people, when they clean, use a lot of towels and paper towels, one use, just one swipe and in the bin.
In the bin, yeah.
And I'm like, guys. So my friend told me this today. What she did is she had loads of old clothes, so she cut them all up and used them as rags.
A perfect size of rags. Yeah.
She used them as rags.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. And then you can get a reusable washing up brush where you can just change the head, and then the head can be like compostable. Which I feel like would last longer than those little sponges that.
Yeah.
And get the thinking it out better.
The what?
The dirt out better. Second-hand kitchen tools, so your knives, forks, buy them second-hand because...
And all these moms groups, but like... just gonna tell everywhere where we were from then, but you know, yeah, like all the Facebook groups and selling sites, they've always got so much, and honestly, people sell shit.
Yeah,
they do. And if you go on Spock or whatever, there's secondhand everything,
guys.
And you only have to wash it. You only have to wash a cutlery set, and it's fine.
Yeah, I know. Reusable soy wax wraps. If you don't know what they are, instead of using tin foil, you get some soy wax wraps which are reusable and you can wash them and use them again and again.
Teaser. Is that how you say it? Tongue twister.
Tongue twister.
So soy wax wraps.
Soy wax. Oh my god, that is a tongue twister. And you can just put it over your food, and you know that's a swap for tin foil. Coffee grounds. Instead of throwing away your coffee grounds, use them as either. You can put them in your plants and it keeps like the slugs and bugs away, and it can give nutrients to your plants.
Because they're from the ground. Let's say
like
ground.
caffeine, so it like makes them grow quicker. Yeah, and also it's a good body exfoliator.
Yeah. And I knew that from the.
I just groped my breast.
At least it was your own breast. The skincare brand Up Circle, that like made me aware that coffee grounds is a good body exfoliator. So I was going to buy it. I was going to buy the actual body exfoliator, and then I thought,
just reuse coffee grounds.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you don't drink coffee. And this is a fun one for your indoor plants. You know, sorry, pardon me. So you know, when you boil rice or boil pasta, and you've got that water, keep the water. And it's good fertiliser for your plants.
And is it all right even if you got the salt in, like, because salt's like more like natural? So
actually, I don't know. You'll have to research that up.
Yeah. Oh, and I've currently got a old pasta jar with a banana skin in my water. It's been in my fridge for ages.
That's a good fertiliser.
I've seen it on something. Yeah. So that's sort of chilling.
And also banana skins, if you clean your leaves with them.
Yeah.
That's good. Nice. That's a good fertiliser for your plants. Shall we go on to beauty? Because that's a it's a big thing, and there's so much waste in the beauty community and beauty as a whole. Yeah. So first of all, use up what you already have. Yeah. Guys, you've probably got loads of.
Like, don't go out and go, oh, right, Tilly and Connie said this is a great brand, like it's blah blah blah. I'm gonna go and buy this, even though you've already got your foundation or skin cleanser. Just hold out, use it, everything what you've got first.
Is our tea ready? He's only just kind of made it. Fuming.
Really? I thought he was out there.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. So use up what you already have because.
And try and dispose of it the right way.
Yeah. Refillable lipstick.
Yeah.
So, for Christmas, my mum bought me a refillable lipstick thing from Lush. And like 2 refillable lipstick things. And I didn't even know this was a thing.
No.
So you can buy the little tube and then use that all up. And then just keep...
Put another one in.
Buy another one. Honestly, it's amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
So I haven't had to buy lipstick for like ages because it just lasts forever, the matte ones. So I've not got to the point where I need to buy it yet, but
exactly. And lipstick lasts for, like mine, I still haven't used half of it.
Do
you know what I mean?
That was a really long eye contact then.
Oh my gosh, it's the lights. I was wondering what that thing was at the top, but it's the lights.
It wasn't recording.
No, it is. But
so go on.
What were you going to say?
So I was just going to go into my foundation. So I say foundation, I literally just use it under my eyes. But Kiko, the makeup brand, when I went in there, I always used to buy like different bits and bobs from there. And then when I become more aware of like the packaging and how to dispose of it, I noticed that I went to buy this foundation and noticed next to it they had the whole Green Me range. So it's all it's in like a little light green packet. Everything is marked Green Me on it, and that's compostable, or I can't remember if it's compostable or biodegradable. But and then we spoke about how
the greenwashing, as well.
Then because I need to look into it more before I buy it again. But I know that they do that option.
It's like you need to. Like, are they just doing it? Like, if they can do it in that packaging, why can't they do the whole thing in that packaging? It's like Galaxy. If Galaxy can do the vegan chocolate bars,
why is the vegan chocolate in recyclable cardboard packaging, but and then
is in
dairy is in plastic? Is it because they're less likely to care?
I don't know.
Because there's that propaganda of vegans caring about environment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why?
But then you should totally just like fucking put it all in shit in. Yeah. It's so annoying.
Probably why the price is so high.
Yeah. You know, the best thing ever to buy is coconut oil. Let me tell you about coconut oil. You can take your makeup off with it. You can give yourself a hair mask with it, and it is the best hair mask ever.
You love it in your hair, don't you?
Oh gosh, my hair is amazing. It helps your hair grow. It helps your hair get soft. You can put it on your skin. It makes your skin soft. You can brush your teeth with it. You can gargle teeth water thing with it. Disgusting.
It's not nice, but it's really good, and your palate feels really refreshed. So say if you like, for example, say if you want to the tea.
Oh guys, we've got a cup of tea.
Has he left it outside the door? Tea delivery. Thank you.
Very hot. Carry on with the coconut oil.
Yeah, it's if you're on like a tasting session or you're eating different bits. You know when people go on them tasting days, fucking take coconut oil with you, gargle that shit, and you'll be getting a better experience.
Yeah, it makes your eyelashes grow as well.
Yeah,
and you can use it for shaving cream. So you put it on your legs, your vajayjaj, or your vajayjaj. I can't believe I just said that. Your armpits, and shave with it. Guys, get coconut oil.
Because it's non-toxic as well.
Huge, and you can cook with it.
And it's usually in a glass jar.
Yeah.
It's only the label I worry about.
True.
Depends where I buy it from, I guess.
But then you can use that big ass glass jar again and again.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, give it me, because I like massaging with it.
Oh yeah, and massaging.
It's really good for massage. Yeah.
So, and because we went on to shaving, I'm just gonna quickly make a thing, and then you can go back.
Okay, go on.
Safety razors.
Yeah.
So everybody buys these a few use razors that you just use, and then they're no good, the blades rubbish, you throw in the bin, the whole thing, and it's so much waste.
Yeah.
But guys, you need to get yourself a safety razor. So basically what it is, it's just a razor that you just change the blade on, and it lasts forever. It may be like £20, £40, how much ever you want to spend. You can get ones really cheap, but just think about how much you're spending on a razor.
But be very mindful when you are buying it, because my biggest mistake was I bought a bamboo razor, but I don't know where to buy the heads from. I contacted the company.
Oh, so you bought the heads? See, the one I
bought the razor, and there was a blade on it, and then they were like everything on it was like, you know, you just replace the blades, that's fine. But then I contacted them, and it like went shit, and they was like, sorry language, and they just said, oh yeah, we don't sell them. What would you sell?
Really?
Something that's better than plastic, and then you want to replace it, but and then
that's the eco thing again.
Just screwed it up. But
I've got one. It's a stainless steel one. I got mine from, where did I get mine from? Holland and Barrett. And you can buy the do you want to talk about toothpaste tabs?
Yeah, let's go with toothpaste. So I don't know what one you use, but I use the Georganics one, and it smells lovely and it tastes like, I know you're not eating your toothpaste, but like let's go with, you can buy toothpaste in a glass jar, which is, you know, recyclable rather than your plastic tube. Plastic
And
tubes,
reusable. Yeah.
yeah, they aren't recyclable really. Because it's you can't clean it out, so it's not recyclable. And what did you just say? You don't know what you just said. Yeah, the Georganics, it's natural stuff anyway, so even when you're spitting it down the sink, you're not killing the aquatic life.
Yeah, because there's so
a
much
good
shit in
thought.
toothpastes.
All the chemicals.
And it's just killing.
Yeah.
And we use this daily and we're putting it on
And that's why
fucking...
that's why the sewage smells.
Because
Because
of
of
the
all the
toothpaste?
stuff, yeah. So, yeah. It's a bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, definitely. And
So-
you can make your own toothpaste.
Yeah.
I made it once with coconut oil.
How did that go? Would you keep it in the fridge? I let it go hard.
It was fucking the worst thing I ever did. Because the
Really?
coconut oil, like, is clumpy and then it
Solidified.
melts in your mouth. So, don't recommend. But
So there's other ways, like, if you
Yeah.
put peppermint.
it's just because I don't like the texture. That bothered me. So, another switch out is shampoo bars or soap bars. So we buy shampoo in these fucking bottles.
Yeah.
Bottles and bottles and bottles. But a few years ago, I bought a shampoo bar from Lush.
Was that the charcoal? Oh, no.
No, it was I can't remember which one. And it was the best thing I've ever bought. And I will never go back to normal shampoo. Only if like I run out and I have to use Tom's. But it just lathers like it's amazing.
Loads. I remember you telling me that.
It goes on and I'm like, there is just wow, so much shampoo. And it's beautiful and it smells beautiful. And my
Yeah.
hair actually gets less greasy.
Question, can you get conditioner?
Yeah, you can get conditioner,
Bars? Can you?
you can get shampoo, you can get soap
Yeah.
bars, like a body wash. I've got a body wash bar.
Yeah.
So it's like body wash, not soap, in a bar.
Okay.
And it's
I'm
amazing.
going to check it out.
And also, have you ever heard about reusable earbuds?
Not reusable.
Because earbuds are one of the most wasteful things
Do
ever.
you use them or don't you use them?
I haven't got one yet, but I don't
Mm.
really use them. But for people who use them,
Get it.
there's what's it called? What's it called? So there's a brand. I'll link it below, and basically what they do is it's a reusable one, and you can wash it and keep
Do it
using it.
again.
Yeah, because just fucking clean it. Do you know what I mean? Just like under this tap, reuse it. And because there's
Easy
so
peasy.
much, especially the plastic one,
Mm.
or buy bamboo. If you don't feel comfortable with reusing it, buy bamboo like, do you know where the
one that
plastic
they're
is?
doing Aldi.
Yeah, they do. Instead of the plastic ones,
Mm.
because where it gets up all like
Don't. It gets it in the nose.
yeah.
Ugh.
So guys, the earbuds are one of the most wasteful things.
Yeah. Never used to like them because my mum always used to say you're going to burst your eardrum or something. Like if you go too far.
Oh yeah,
in.
my mum used to say that.
So
It's
if
really
I
scary.
used one before and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, definitely.
not good.
Shall we talk about mindful tips for everyday living?
Yeah.
So how to implement a bit of eco in your everyday living.
Coffee cups.
Coffee cups. We
Big
spoke
one.
about that.
Yeah.
Just be
'Cause
mindful where you're getting your coffee cup from.
At the
though.
minute, still sort of coming out lockdown and the corona and stuff like that. They do you not like it?
Hot.
Costa and I guess other coffee shops and drive-thrus, they're refusing to take your reusable coffee cup. So there's no point going to get one. Well, there is a point if you want coffee, but if you're going to be mindful about the planet, don't go because they're not going to accept to fill it up in your mug,
No.
and they're just going to be on landfill.
Take your own
So-
containers for takeaway stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, now it's a bit more difficult, but in the future, if it gets better, take your own, guys.
Yeah,
I'm sure people won't mind because it's less of their resources to
exactly.
use.
If everyone did that, they'd be saving money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat out less.
Yeah.
That would save a lot of waste because you know, quote, where your food is coming from.
Yeah.
So when
And
you're eating out,
a lot of I know it's not like I don't think it's classed as fast food like chains, but if you're in I say pub food, let's go with pub grub, is typically like me working in one before, it's quick food that's like whacked in a big steamer or boiler, and it's just in plastic packets, and then they've just pierced it, and there you go, there's your food. But you don't see that, but all that's going into general waste.
Yeah.
So if you're at home, then you won't see that.
And if you do go out, when you're given like a drink and they try to give you a straw, refuse the straw, refuse condiments you don't need, like sauces.
I'd say, even because I know that they don't really do plastic straws in many places, but even the other straws, I wouldn't even go for that, because it's still waste.
You don't really need it. Take your own straw, or just don't use one at all. And then if they give you a paper napkin when you don't really need it, save the paper napkins at home and then reuse them for cleaning. Yeah. Say no to freebies,
because they're such
waste.
a waste. It just goes into the bin. Yeah.
Switch to digital bills.
That's a big one. So on your mobile banking apps as well, on with Halifax, but whatever, like, go on it. On your settings, you can literally just do it like on your app. You don't even need to phone them or anything like that, and it's just a switch, and then everything will just come online. You don't have to deal with anything coming through the post. But can I quickly tell my story about today?
Tell your story.
So my Vodafone phoned me up today, and they said, renew my plan, blah blah blah. And then they said, right, your confirmation is going to be sent via email and post. I went, sorry, can you just go back?
Hold up.
You say post or email? He said, no, email and post. I said, please, can you just untick me off the post? I just want email. He said, oh, I'm sorry, it has to be electronic, and it has to be a hard copy, because it's sort of like the confirmation and like your proof of it renewing. I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is only a phone £15 a month plan. Like, why do I need? There's nothing why do I need paper copy?
Yeah.
And he said, I said, I know, I understand, caring for the planet and blah blah blah, but there's no option for me to prevent the post from coming.
Well, maybe I think you need to take a stop in, like, a start. Oh, what the heck am I saying? Take a stand and, like, email someone about that, like someone higher up, and be like, listen, why is this a thing? Can there be another option which is less waste?
Yeah, because even the post that's come in, if it's the letterhead, then that little letter, the head place is plastic, and you can recycle most of it, but then that plastic bit is just going to end up suffocating a fish.
Whoa.
No, I don't think. No, just ignore that. Because suffocating a fish is taking it out of water.
Right.
It?
Okay. Next one. Okay. So instead of buying stuff, like buying out a new dress if you're going out, or borrow or rent from your friends. Like, we borrow each other's clothes all the time and don't give them back.
That's just a personal dig that Tilly's got with me, probably. That's why you don't give any of my stuff back, because we're just equals, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
I leave my clothes at hers as well, and I put them in a washing basket because I can't be bothered to wash my clothes.
And I don't wash them. I just give them back.
She doesn't wash them. She just gives them back dirty.
Sorry. Next one. So, refillable water bottle, like we've said. There's apps. There's an app called Refil, and you can find out. So on this app, it tells you all the places where you can refill your water bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
interesting. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Pardon me. Recycle stations at supermarkets. So, for example, your bottle tops. So if you do use plastic bottles at home, whatever, you can recycle the bottle, but half the time you can't recycle the lid. Some of them it will say please recycle me, you can, but half of them you can't. No. So if you collect a pile at the side, and it says only recycled at recycling points, or it says check your local supermarket or something like that, doesn't it? Or check your local recycling point, then you're most likely going to find it. It's either inside the shop on the corner, or it's outside on the car park, and you post
batteries.
It
They do batteries as well. Recycle batteries
them.
There,
because if you put them on landfill,
and that's another one, guys. Get reusable batteries, rechargeable batteries, because the ones you get last how long, and then that's
not
it.
Long.
But then if you get reusable ones, you've got them forever. and it will be less money in the long run because batteries are expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
So cut down on your meat consumption. Go veggie.
Yeah. You know, even if you're like, you know, you're a big meat eater and you're like, nope, not happening. Just do it for a day.
Or one meal.
One meal?
Yeah. A week.
Yeah.
And then go to 2 meals.
I mean, some people might do it already.
Meatless
without
Mondays.
even realising.
Yeah. Meatless Mondays.
Mm.
There's if you want to know more about being vegan and impact on the environment that meat has, Cowspiracy is a good documentary to watch. So stop purchasing new gadgets and phones when an updated one comes out.
Yeah. And because to point out, the batteries in phones and gadgets are so bad on the environment that they will literally explode. Like, they'll explode in landfill and just kill whatever's there.
Yeah.
And it goes into your environment, like our environment, into the air. We're breathing it in, and you never know. It could be the reason why some people are getting cancer. It could be cancer causing because of the toxic chemicals that are inside that battery. Yeah. And that's just because you wanted an upgrade.
Yeah, guys.
That was really, really low.
You, personally. Go on Spock. Go on. There's so many gadgets that you can just buy secondhand.
Yeah. Or, say if you do need a new phone, then if you could... I've not done it, so, don't bank on it. But you could take your phone or your gadget to like a computer shop, and they actually use parts from it.
Tom sends my old phone, has in the past sent Mazuma Mobile.com. That it's
like when your car's really old, and then they put it on Facebook for spares and parts.
Yeah,
you can do that with your phone. So.
And also, on the topic of electronics, so there's this, Google or Bing, there's a search thing that is called Ecosia.
Okay.
And that becomes your search engine on your computer. And then every 10 searches you do, they plant a tree.
Really?
10 or 30. So every 10 or 30, they plant a tree. And they have less... I don't know the technical words for it, but it impacts the environment less.
Like less carbon footprint.
Yeah, the way I don't know all the ins and outs, but go and check out Ecosia because you can help plant trees and just by searching
about your daily business.
by doing something you were going to do anyway, and that I think that's like mindlessly doing it because you're not really aware, but then you've just like, oh my gosh, I've just planted a tree. Pick up rubbish from the street if you see it lying around.
Like in that book, it says it's very hot on the 2 minutes, isn't it? If you go outside and literally pick up litter for 2 minutes, how much litter do you think you can pick up? Probably quite a lot. It's everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah. Guys, we have so much more to talk about, but we are running out of time.
Oh, so, I haven't done the research.
Oh no, I was going to say do that now.
Okay, I'll do it now.
So we'll probably do a second podcast on this
because there's loads to talk about.
So much to talk about. So if you guys want to know more tips and tricks, if this has been helpful to you, we'll do another one. So Connie did a little
bit of research on just
today,
sort of like awareness that people have. Everything's anonymous, but it's taken from people that don't know each other, essentially. Some people know each other, some people don't, but no one really knows it. It wasn't like a collective thing. I didn't ask people in a group, so it's their opinions only. And I took the first answer that they said rather than thinking about it. So, number one... Oh, hang on, it's just gone off. Number one, do you follow the recyclable and non-recyclable instructions on the back of packaging before throwing it away? So, you've got 4 people... out of the six, I can't count.
Oh my god!
6 people that I asked, 4 of them said yes, and then you've got 7. 7 people I asked.
Oh my gosh!
4 of them said yes, so they do follow the instructions on the back of packaging before they bin it. 2 people said they don't, and 1 person does it occasionally. Okay. So, number 2, when purchasing goods from a supermarket, are you conscious of single-use plastic? You've got 4 people that are not conscious of single-use plastic, so they don't actually
acknowledge
it's
a
that it's
thing.
happening. Yeah, which is quite surprising. I thought people knew more about it.
Unless you've become aware to it, like as soon as you're aware that there's so much single-use
Don't notice
plastic,
about
it's
it.
so overwhelming.
Yeah,
But before you don't
anything.
think about it.
like me, cheapest.
Yeah.
One not particularly sometimes, and then you've got 2 people that that were
mindful. Yeah.
I did a little add on to that, but it didn't really apply for most of them because they were all like no. But if so, do you still purchase it? So the people that were conscious of the single-use plastic, mostly they're conscious of the veg. So they said that 2 people said they buy loose veg.
Yeah.
And then number 3, do you use chemical or non-chemical cleaning products? So you've got 4 that says chemical. 5 that says chemical products. So then they're not really aware of using different eco-friendly
Because I don't think we mentioned this, but all the chemicals that are in these cleaning products are going down our sinks, and they are.
You took me from my next question. But they're really harmful. So yeah, basically everyone was chemical. One was non-chemical. They said they used like is it Soflora? Is it a disinfectant?
That's chemical.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that person says it's not everything that uses chemical. It's like half and half. And 3B was, are you aware that chemical cleaning products kill aquatic life when poured down the sink? So yeah, thanks to Tilly. I did send her these questions, you know.
I did read them too.
So 4 people said no, they wasn't aware that happened. 1 was half aware, and 1 was aware. Number 4, having not recycled, how long do you think it takes the environment to break down a plastic bottle? Okay, so this is quite interesting. First person I asked, over 1,000 years. Okay. Second person, 200 years. Then you got 7 years. Someone said weeks, so a couple of weeks. 50 years, 100 years, and 10 years. And the answer is,
drum roll, please.
450 years for 1 plastic bottle.
Wow.
So yeah, no one has a clue. I've gone from weeks to 1,000+ years. No one knows at all. So I think even raising the awareness of that is going to make them people think, because I did tell them.
Yeah, that's really interesting. The camera's flashing.
Okay, I've got one question.
Quick.
Okay, do you purchase plastic shopping bags at the supermarket? Most people are pretty good. They reuse the bags.
That's good. But that's because there's a tax
End of
on
pod
it
question.
Now. End of pod question. Thank you. Woohoo! So let's just quickly some YouTubers that you need guys to check out, which will tell you more information, and they are more research based.
Yeah.
Shelbizzle, Gittermary Johansson, The Fairly Local Vegan, Sorel Amore, Megan Hughes, Madeline Olivia, Sustainably Vegan, some TV shows / films, Avatar.
I love it how you put that. I did laugh.
Well, Avatar shows you how to connect.
Yeah.
Down to Earth with Zac Efron, bit of eye candy too.
Oh.
Cowspiracy, Minimalism, and Plastic Ocean. That's it. And then I'm going to end with another quote, which is, just because you can't do everything doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything. So just take one tip from...
Oh, you got the poem as well.
Yeah. One tip from this, guys. Just
every little helps.
Every little helps.
Beep, beep.
That's all. And then I've got another poem. Do you want to read this one out?
Yeah, I do.
Go on.
Okay.
So this is another poem. We thought related to the... Well, I thought related to the environment.
So, I went outside and saw the sky. Looked again, a cloud rolled by. I went outside and saw a tree. I looked again and saw it was me. The sky, the cloud, and the tree.
I think it shows that we're all connected, to nature. And we really
it's everyone's responsibility.
Yeah, we are nature. We need to look after it because it is us. We
Mm.
can't live without it.
Mm.
It's a big cycle, guys. So
Yeah. We get what we give.
we're all one. And if you're not looking after nature, you're not looking after you. You're not
After
looking
you.
after but your family you care about, your family you love.
Mm. And the health of us.
That's my favourite poem ever. That one is.
It's nice, isn't it?
So simple,
Wow.
short, sweet. And then next week's question.
What's the one thing you're going to change to become more eco-friendly? One.
Guys, come on. We've given you a few. Just give us
One
one.
thing.
Just give us one.
Mm.
Okay? That's the end of this pod. I'm pretty gutted. I don't want it to end.
No, I
I've
don't
still got
either.
so much to say.
So much to give.
So much to give. But we'll keep this and we'll carry on from next time.
Yeah. Because
Not
there's
the
a lot of
next
there's a lot of
podcast, but-
segues that we can go with
Yeah.
it, and we've already agreed they need whole podcasts.
And it's a never-ending conversation because there's so much that we're finding out daily to change.
Yeah.
Like that small thing we've both found out
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And there's so many companies that are coming on board with it.
Mm.
And yeah, guys. So we'll be doing more episodes. So if you've enjoyed this podcast,
Give it a share.
give it a like,
Give it a like.
comment.
Yeah. Let us know what you think, and we would like a couple of answers. Well, a lot of answers for the question,
Yeah.
because we'd like to know what you've changed and whether we can learn anything from it as well. what we
Yeah.
can
Or
change.
if you've changed something in your life that we haven't mentioned, let us know because we can share.
Implement
share
it. In
Yeah.
our life.
Find us on Instagram, Mindful M8s. No, it's not. It's the Elevated Table Talks. Oh my gosh.
It used to be Mindful Mates.
Used to be Mindful Mates.
Yeah. Facebook. So it's all under Elevated
Table
Talks.
Talks.
Yeah. We're on Spotify. We always attach the links. SoundCloud.
No, that was our last
Last
episode on
SoundCloud one.
SoundCloud. We're now on Podbean,
Podbean. That's
which
it.
will be
Yeah.
going to the Spotify and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So thank you so
Yeah.
much for watching. We hope you've
Or listening.
enjoyed or listening. Today I was I was walking and listening to a
Yeah.
podcast and it was so educational and I just
Yeah.
thought, I
Inspiring.
can't wait to just share knowledge to people because
Yeah.
it's so beautiful and everyone to help us, to help the planet. I'm going off on one. I'm going to shut up. All right. Cheers.